We all know that Dead Island 2 is kind of in limbo at the moment after Jaeger had been removed from the development, and of course no studio has yet been assigned to the production of this particular title. But apparently, according to Timon McTullough, if Deep Silver want Techland to take over the development of the title, all they have to do is ask, which is very, very interesting. Now, these comments came from McTullough when he spoke to Video Gamer at Gamescom, and he basically said that Dead Island is their child and they have a strong connection to the IP, and he said, quote, "I personally would love to go back to Dead Island because I really love that game. I think there is a place for both Dead Island and Dying Light to strive in the market. As long as someone would be able to find something that would make them different, that would draw a clear line, and I think that's doable." Then he went on to touch on how he was disappointed to hear the news of Jaeger being pulled from Dead Island 2 by Deep Silver, because, well, you're never exactly pleased to hear of that kind of situation in the games industry, whether you are a developer, publisher, or just games consumer. And he went on to say, quote, "It could have been us, basically. When something like that happens in the game dev industry, it's always sad news. You're never happy that some other developer failed. I hope that we will see more Dead Island in the future, and I hope that Jaeger is not affected that much as it may seem right now." Now, I personally wouldn't agree that Jaeger failed necessarily. They just didn't have the same ideas as Deep Silver, what those ideas were and why Deep Silver disagreed with them so vehemently that they felt the need to remove Jaeger from development. We will probably never ever know the answer to that question. It's probably infinite NDAs that stop both parties from discussing the ins and outs of the situation. However, Techland returning to Dead Island, hells yes. I think that would be a very welcome return. Yes, they're working on Dying Light, and of course Dying Light 2 is definitely in the pipeline, or at least being conceived of. But I think there's definitely room for both entities in the market, but as Timon actually said, there has to be something to differentiate them if the Techland are going to work on both of them. They would obviously have to say, hey, look, this is why this is different. This is why this zombie game is different from that zombie game. You know, so even more important to do that when they're by the same developer. It's not as important, of course, when it's a rival company or whatever. So, would you guys like to see this move? I think most of us can agree and say that yes, we would. But of course, do let me know your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you next time.